What's good, YouTube? This is Admin Umbra back for the first ever episode of Road to Hoenn, the show where we talk about 6th gen mons, moves that are going to get move tutors, and crazy news for the remakes as it comes out. And ladies and gentlemen, we just happened to be in a Skype call when some crazy news dropped. We just got a confirmation. Mega Sableye, you all remember it. The abilities are in Magic Bounce. So today's topic is Mega Sableye. What is it going to be? I am joined, of course, by the one, the only, the bodacious
Admin Shade. What is going on, Rocket Troops? Welcome back to the HQ. It's very nice to see everyone after our long hiatus. We're joined tonight by some really cool Rocketeers. We have our good friend Julian Day.
What's up?
And of course, Muncher88.
Yo, what's up?
And essentially, we're here just to talk about Mega Sableye in general, its reveal of having Magic Bounce as an ability, and what that means for the metagame, and all that good stuff. So without further ado, let's just jump into it. Umbra, what are you thinking? Because I know you're ready to talk.
All right. So, I'm a Shade. I'm airing to go. So, first of all, recap. There will be a link to Therapy in the description of this video. Confirmed to have Mega Bounce as the ability. Obviously a change from Prankster. Confirmed to get a special attack increase. Is it defense increase? Let me double check.
Special defense.
Special defense increase.
I'm seeing defense here.
I think.
Oh, are you seeing defense?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, it's defense.
It is.
Yes, I'm sorry, defense.
We're good.
Yeah,
Special
right.
attack raise, special attack raise, defense raise, speed lower. So not really what we expected. I'm not gonna lie, people. I was upset. Very first thing, I was upset. I was talking to Muncher. All I wanted was added defense. Don't touch anything else. But I don't think we need to be too upset. I think Mega Sableye is a different mon than Prankster Sableye. Considering it gets Magic Bounce, it's one of the bulkiest mons with Magic Bounce, which means it can actually be in a long-term answer to hazards. It can survive a lot. Its typing puts it in a good matchup against a lot of hazard setups. And this thing gets Nasty Plot, it gets Calm Mind. And it's immune to status with Magic Bounce. This could be a very, very effective Calm Mind, Recover, Dark Pulse, Shadow... Actually, don't want Dark Pulse and Shadow Ball. But this could be a very effective Calm Mind Stutter Upper because it's immune to hazard, or immune to hazard, and immune to status. What do the rest of you think?
I think it's gone from Annoyer to Bulky Sweeper. Just
Bulky Sweeper.
Basics of it.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. I think, too, I've said this a couple times already, but I really see this mon changing from being kind of a singles annoyance to kind of being prevalent in VGC. I could definitely see how it would have some utility with being able to have Prankster before it Megas, and then being able to use that utility, and then the switch to Magic Bounce. I feel like this could also be a really good Mega for people bluffing having the Mega in the first place. I think that's an interesting idea as well. So, yeah.
I'm looking at him, and I'm seeing, like, Power Gem. That's the first thing. You know, we've got Talonflame coming in, really powerful in the metagame at the moment, but we don't know for Hoenn, but, you know, we can kind of assume that it's going to be pretty prevalent for the rest of our lives. So, you know, Power Gem's always, you know, base 80 rock type attack. It's really nice special.
It's got some interesting things. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure that on this set you're going to see Calm Mind, Recover, Dark Pulse standard, or Shadow Ball more likely standard. I'm pretty sure that's going to be on all of them. The question is that fourth move, what do we see? It does get some niche coverage through Power Gem. It gets Icy Wind. There's hidden power options. There's always the foul play. But will we see Willow? Will we see something else? That's kind of a question to ask. Looking at interesting things it gets, I mean, it gets Psych Up. We all know it gets Willow. Obviously it has access to Sub. It actually gets Dazzling Gleam. That could be rather interesting. It gets Confide if you wanted the one with Prankster to lower other people's special attack. Shade, you bring up a really interesting idea that people could actually stay in to take advantage of Prankster and then Mega later. Yeah. That's a very interesting thought. I'm just really curious to see if there will be any overlap, or if... I almost feel like this is a totally new creature that we're seeing. And we talked about that speed lower. Maybe this could join the rank of Trick Room with Mega Obama now. Like, we might start seeing Mega Sableye as a Trick Room sweeper. Imagine seeing a Sableye that's, you know, that's quiet with max special attack investment. You know, and that seems like it might be very probable.
Too intense.
Too intense. In terms of tutor moves carrying over from Gen 5, things of note, we see Gravity, Icy Wind, Knockoff, Magic Coat, Roleplay. I doubt you'll want to give up your Magic Bounce. Snatch, not a whole lot, to be honest. Trick is useless. It really doesn't get much in the way of tutor moves. It kind of has a set-in-stone move pool. I'm honestly seeing a slow, calm mind setter upper. Some people might be very aggressive and run Nasty Plot. Maybe you could run Nasty Plot, Will-O-Wisp, Recover, and Shadow Ball or Dark Hole.
Wow, I'm seeing Flatter for Fusion for like stalling out, maybe. So it like uses Flatter for like Prankster, then Mega Evolves. Mega Evolves that same turn because it keeps Prankster.
Yeah, that is interesting.
I don't know, I'm really curious to see if there will be hybrid sets or if it will be completely like a slow stall or if it will maintain any Prankster utilization. I mean, if you want Willow, obviously Prankster, it might be worth it to hold off on Mega Evolution. I think
Willow on every set to fake that it's actually just a Prankster set. Just
that's
to
an
catch people
excellent
off guard.
point. That's an excellent point. I honestly see Willow, Recover, Calm Mind, and one attack. To me, that's what I would want just looking at it. And I feel like that might be the most probable variant that we'll see. What I really think the main value of Mega Sableye is consider how fragile our Mega Bouncers are. You know, Espeon, Absol, and Sableye is getting even more defense. Like, maybe it doesn't need Prankster Recovers anymore. Like, we have access to Prankster Willow.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's like, with added defense, maybe this thing doesn't need the Prankster. And honestly, there might be some value to be said for having something with Magic Bounce that has that much survivability.
Especially because this thing is going to be, I could see this thing being a major enemy for other things that have Prankster, honestly. Other stuff that outspeeds Sableye, I could see it switching in and just going Mega. Especially like we keep saying, like if it's able to be bluffed the right way, I could definitely see this thing being the enemy of anything else that could have Prankster.
Hey guys, I want to point out, Mega Sableye is a counter to Sableye.
Yeah.
That's actually an excellent point. People might actually consider running Protect as a fourth move, so you're safe until Magic Bounce activates. I think if it's in the VGC scene at all, I think it's very likely that we might see Protect on it. And even in singles, people may, for example, you can't really bring it in on another Sableye without Protect because you might take a Willow.
Wow. Okay, so like, I run Sableye all the time, and I hate Espeon just drives me up the wall. Now I have to worry about Mega Sableye.
There you go.
I think that's its best. Like, think about that. Like, Mega Absol and Espeon are tinfoil. They're paper. Like, Absol with more defense. Like, that thing is not going to die.
And
you don't even need to run a like special attack investment. We have Calm Mind. We have Nasty Plot. Like, maybe this thing, maybe we're being too harsh on this thing. Maybe it's a tremendous, tremendous threat. Like, you imagine max HP, max defense. You get a Nasty Plot up. Like, you could even stay normal Sableye if there's no threat of being statused. And just recover Prankster until you're like, all right, I'm at +6 special. Time to Mega, get my added defense. And now, like, I'm just going to spam, you know, my attack move.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't see defense investments on this as wise anymore. If it's already got that boost, people are going to always assume it's physically defensive.
Yep.
Yeah.
We got everybody?
Definitely possible.
So I see like max special defense, max HP, keep the Willow in to handle the no defense investment if you need it, then start sending up Calm Minds and you've just got everyone on lock. If it gets set up, it's going to destroy. I don't see much in the game right now that can one-hit it if it's really going to get this much boost in defenses. Because everywhere I'm saying says it has a very sizable defense boost.
It'll be 125 if they do 50-50.
Figure because speed's going down, figure 60-60. They're going to take a few points out of speed. So either
That's
one could be as
135
high.
defense.
Oh, Lord. That's too much.
If
You're
my
too
math is
bulky.
right, yeah.
Honestly, this thing in a Trick Room could be like a tyrant. Like, it's got Prankster, and then, like, when you decide to activate Trick Room, you're like, alright, I don't need Prankster anymore. Let me Mega.
It's like a better Mega Bayonet, because Mega Bayonet's regular ability doesn't really do anything.
Yeah. It's interesting. Like, there's obviously, I mean, we could see things like Nightshade. That's not really one on Sableye typically even now. We could see mean look variants who trap and then set up, because no other ghost is going to want to switch into a Sableye with a Calm Mind up. So maybe we could even mean look something, sit there and Calm Mind and recover. They can't status you. That might be its most effective set right there. Trap something that can't wore you out. Just sit there and boost up in their face and then go, all right, I'm here to sweep.
A silly thing to do would be like imprison too. So like if you know their choice, you mean look, imprison, they're using struggle. Doesn't really do much.
You know,
and then you just set up on them.
The idea that a Sableye could actually run Nasty Plot, that's just blowing my mind. Like, I love that about Megas, that they completely change a Pokemon. And maybe, you know, maybe we're being too harsh. Like, my initial reaction was very negative, but I mean, on one hand, this is more interesting than them just going like, all right, here's Sableye 2.0. It's interesting that they're changing it, and I'm curious what thought went into this, what their intent was. But honestly, I think we're going to see... I think Mega Sableye might be common in OU. Like, it's a bulky, long-lasting magic bouncer and a bulky attacker at its core. I think it has a lot of potential in that area.
In addition to that, so assuming that this is going to be a major threat in OU, let's say, what kind of pokes are going to give this thing trouble?
Oh my god.
Togekiss.
I was gonna say, let's think of fairies. Let's name fairies. It really destroys
Gorgeous.
other magic bouncers. This thing does get Dazzling Gleam, which the fact that Mega Absol is not really a threat. I mean, its only competition in Magic Bounce is really Espeon, who it will obliterate. I could see people wanting 2 attacks, even for other Sableyes. But honestly, you can boost so much on another Sableye. I don't think you need, like, Moonblast. Or, excuse me, not Moonblast, but Dazzling Gleam. Mega Gardevoir, maybe? The question is, could a Pixelate Hyper Voice take this thing out? Not with a Calm Mind, it couldn't.
Without a Calm Mind, I think it would just one-shot it, just straight up.
I think it might, because it's not getting a special defense increase. Yeah. And most Sableyes aren't specially defensive, so I'm willing to bet. Oh yeah, it would for sure. Mega Gardevoir threads this thing out without a Calm Mind.
It would just pop it.
Absolutely. I think Mega Gardevoir is one of the best things. I'm trying to think of other fairy types that could do a lot of work. Maybe we'll see some new fairies. Who knows? Mega Altaria is always being floated as an option. None of the Megas we've currently seen. We don't know much about Diancie. I'm trying to think, does this thing change any other pokes in the metagame? It is kind of crazy to think about...
Stop Haze?
I feel like it wouldn't, because I feel like Haze is like default. No, Haze does target you, doesn't it?
It does, I think.
Then it would.
Got
Then it
rid of
would.
both.
I think it gets what it's yours. I'm about to look that up right now.
Because if it doesn't, Hazers would be able to... Because this
No.
doesn't sound like a non-setup Pokemon.
No, you're right. It wouldn't affect Haze because it's all Pokemon on the field. It wouldn't bounce it. But we don't tend to see a lot of Haze, but maybe Haze could surface. I'm thinking even this thing is a decent answer to Rotom because it's like, what are you going to do to me, Rotom? Like...
Ooh, I like that, yeah.
You're not going to status me. Like, I think Mega Sableye might come in as a bulky attacker. You know, it might be Venusaur-ish. You know, in that it's slow, it's bulky, it can be offensive, it can be fully defensive, but I'm still amazed that we're even discussing the possibility of a Sableye running Nasty Plot effectively. I honestly think with Willow, you could probably legit be, like, imagine Mega Sableye, or normal Sableye, it's just like, alright, on top of that, I can set up, like, Nasty Plots all day. Like, that thing is scary. In a Trick Room, Dark Pulse flinches, I think this thing might be an absolute monster.
Late game sweeper.
Yeah, I think it really could be. Like, you take out the few things that deal with it. It does get Shadow Sneak, but I mean, we're not expecting it to be physical.
I mean, you could run Fake Out just as something silly, just to help their setup, but...
I mean,
maybe
for
that
first turn
maybe in
before the
VGC. Yeah, maybe in VGC, that'll be very common. Like, you get Knockout and you have the Mega Sableye with Magic Bounce next turn. Like, Fake Out something that's gonna go for something that can be bounced next turn. Maybe that'll be very, very viable in VGC.
Another thing I just found that would be interesting is I found Nightmare, which would be kind of interesting if you can switch Mega Sableye into a Breloom trying to go for Spore, bouncing that back,
Oh my
going
goodness.
for a Nightmare, making them lose 1/4 their HP. Like, that would be sick if you could do something like that, similar to that anyway.
Sableye does learn Hoenn Claw.
Yeah.
It does. It does on her glow. That'd be really interesting to see if one could go physical. It has a better physical move pool than the special one, in my opinion. Wait, does Magic bounce War?
Does it bounce Roar?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I can't remember.
Because if it does, that's broken.
Yeah, that's very broken.
Like Mega Sableye, if you can't be warded out,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
insane.
that's too strong.
Because that's like the one answer to it I'm thinking of right now. That Mega Gardevoir.
I just checked. Magic Bounce works on Dark Void. We now have an answer.
Wow.
Boom.
For
There you go.
everything.
Yay!
GC viable.
There you go.
CGC.
There you go. You heard it here on Rocket HQ. Dark
And,
Void is
and it's
done.
not weak to the dark type attacks that the Pokemon that use it.
There you go.
There you go. You heard it here.
Like Shade
You heard
said
it
with
here.
Nightmare, if you bounce back a Dark Void and then just start getting that residual.
Ah,
You heard it here. The Dark Void
yes.
reign is over. Go home, Smurgle. You're done.
The Dark
You're
Void
done.
reign is over. The Nightmare is here.
The nightmare has begun. Oh my god. Is there a list here of moves that Magic Bounce reflects? I don't know if it reflects War. I don't know
I mean,
if it
my
hits War.
first-
Someone in the comments let us know if it hits War, because on one hand I feel like it shouldn't, but if nothing can stop you from setting up. You don't need a sub because you're immune to status, and they can't War or get rid of you. Like, you're a problem. Like, Mega Sableye could really be just a late game cleaner and just an insane bulky attacker. Don't even get me started on Trick Room. You won that thing with the Trick Room set her up in VGC, we're done.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely, like,
You have
whenever
any
I
final
first looked
thoughts?
at this thing, when I first looked at Mega Sableye, I was like, to be honest, like, I see another Mega Banette, but then after looking at this move pool and just seeing, like, the possibilities here, there actually is a lot of possibilities, so I wouldn't just, like, write this thing off as gonna be useless, seeing as how it loses such a great ability, because it gains such a great ability when you think about it. It's going to fulfill a lot of niches in particular, but I'm going to be really interested to see if it goes bulky sweeper or if it goes like Trick Room setup, like what is going to happen here. So,
it doesn't learn Trick Room, by the way.
Yeah. I think in a Trick Room it will be a
yeah,
monster.
exactly.
But I literally can't believe we're even discussing Sableye wanting Nasty Plot. Like, if it easily has the bulk. If you want heavy bulk investment and no special attack investment, you can Nasty Plot for days on people, and just like, this thing could be an absolute menace. I'm really excited to see it. But let us know in the comments, what do you think of Mega Sableye? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Did you know that this thing weighs an insane amount? This jewel is heavy. This thing it quadrupled in terms of how heavy it was. Like, good.
No, more than
Well,
that.
How much does it weigh now?
It was like
24 to like 335.
It weighs 54 pounds, over 14 times what it used to weigh. So I don't know where that jewel came from, but Sableye needs to hit the gym. But thank you all so much for watching this first episode of Road to Hoenn, where we talk about possible move tutor moves, changing 6th gen pokes, and all the news that comes out for the Hoenn remakes. Let us know in the comments what you think of Mega Sableye, and stay tuned for more information. This is the whole Rocket HQ crew signing off. Have a good one.
Bye.